The next thing I want to talk about is versioning. So what is versioning? Versioning simply means saving multiple copies of your work in progress. Some applications have this function built into it while others do not. It is important to know that Civil 3D does not. So why do we do versioning? We do versioning for two main reasons. The first reason and most important reason is to prevent the loss of hours of work. If the power goes out while you are saving and your battery backup fails or you don't have one, the file may not be recoverable. This means if you didn't have back-saved versions, you basically must start over. The second reason is for troubleshooting. Perhaps you're not sure about how to do something, such as the 100-step process of some new tool or plugin you are learning. You're just not sure if that tool will produce the results you need for this particular design. About 50 steps into the process, you find it doesn't work. Likely you have been saving several copies of your work, so you can backtrack to when you tried that new tool versus starting over. Or maybe it is as simple as a checkbox that needs to be checked 25 steps back. So how do we version? Well, it's rather simple. All we have to do is click Save As instead of just Save. The best way to version is number the file. So I have some examples here. The first one, I have the year followed by the month, and then the day, and then I have a particular version number, and then I have the project name followed by what I did to the file. So for this first file, we can see that I created it on this day. This is the first version of the file for that day. This is the name of the project, and what I did was basically drawing setup steps. And then I did something else to the file, and here I imported some contours that came from GIS. So this is 02, same day. And this last one here, I created a surface so we can see from the description what had happened to the file. So let's just say that maybe something went wrong and we need to go back a step. Well, we can figure out, well, it probably happened maybe in the create surface, so I need to go back to this file instead of starting completely over back to here. So the format is relatively simple. It's going by year, month, and date followed by the version number. I usually put the date or the numbers in the front of the file name. That way when I go to organize my file, so for example, if I open my Windows Explorer here and if I go into my projects directory, and if I have a series of numbers, so if I look inside Marlette Park, you can see that Windows by default wants to organize things by numbers first and then it does the letters. When I'm done with the project, what I usually do is make sure that the project name is towards the front, and then I usually put the word final in there so that I kind of know that that's the final product. And then I have the date towards the end. Now you're probably wondering, well, why do I need to enter in a date when Windows automatically records the date? Well, let's just say for whatever reason that you have to perform a restore operation because your hard drive crashed or whatever. Well, once all of those files are restored, they're all going to have the date of the day that you did the restore operation. And it can be useful to keep track of the day that that particular project was completed by keeping the date inside of the file name.